attached to many of his achievements. First non-charter member to be president of Bangalore Toastmasters Club, first secretary not to miss any meeting during his term, first district governor for District 82, first regional advisor from District 82, first to become Toastmaster of the term twice in a year in Bangalore Toastmasters Club, first from the club to visit Toastmasters International Headquarters. He started clubs across the country. In Nagpur, he started 5 clubs, and he was the first to start a club in West Bengal. He trained over 400 students through YLP, and his greatest passion remains mentoring. Let's get ready to dance to the tune of this dynamic personality, John Bosco Abraham.
Thank you, Mr. President. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a very good evening to you all.
Good evening.
As I stand here at the 625th meeting of the Bangalore Toastmasters Club, 725th meeting. Okay, maybe the afternoon nap that took away 100 meetings from me. Going down a memory lane, I indulged in a lot of nostalgia about that day when I entered this club. Till today, I see very clearly in my mind how the club grew. When I entered this club, there were hardly 22 members. We went on to reach the magic figure of 100 at one time. We've seen a lot of people's lives changing because of Toastmasters, and many of them are present here. From their goals of what they had before joining Toastmasters, the goals became different after they became a Toastmaster. The confidence that they got, the power that they received, the encouragement that came their way, made them decide that I will change what I thought is best for me. I remember reading the quote by Karen Kaiser Clark, and she says, "Life is a change, growth is optional, choose wisely." Very, very apt. Well, Toastmasters, perhaps you wouldn't know, I started very small in BHL as a first-line supervisor. And today I stand in front of you as a deputy manager. The growth that happened in my life, in my company, is something which is difficult to explain for people who do not know what a public sector is. Perhaps Sumitra will understand. Growth is for those for whom it is preserved, for those for whom it is reserved, and then only for those who it is deserved. That's the way it is. It used to be in the public sector. But I grew, and as our district governor said, the change that happens in your life, you see, you feel, and you really celebrate about it. And it all started with a dream of that great visionary, Dr. Ralph Smedley, who in 1924 felt the need of starting an organization called Toastmasters to help people overcome their fears in speaking, their fears in facing an audience. By far, the most cost-effective learning program ever designed anywhere in the world for people to come out of their fears, and people who have a lot of ability today are not able to speak. The problem that the IT company faces, excellent engineers, capable but not able to express their thoughts. They need Toastmasters. Why them? There are a lot of people who do not have good communication at home. I know a man who after 35 years of marriage with his wife broke up, and the only problem they had was no proper communication between husband and wife. I think Toastmasters does not, as Mr. Nagaraj said, belong to this hall. It belongs to the whole wide world. We need to look at it as something which is going to make a difference in somebody else's life. In fact, somebody asked me, what does this region advisor do? Well, I'm an advisor. A new member joins the club, he or she is assigned a mentor. A new club is started, the club has a mentor just to help and support. My job is to support the districts in my region. Not that I am better than them, it's that when somebody falls, you need to stretch out your hand and say, I am with you. And this is what Toastmasters is all about. We've seen speakers come to the lectern, cry and walk back. We've seen speakers come here and wow the crowd and go back. Why? Because opportunities are given. And this is a great, great organization. Dr. Ralph Smedley is supposed to have said that if we can start 500 new clubs a year, that would be a great achievement. Let me tell you something. 1,094 clubs were started last year in this world. 75 of them in our own district. In fact, everybody at Pandasar were looking at me and saying, whoever I met, you're from District 82? Wow, 75 clubs. Impossible to think. 75 clubs means a new district by itself. We have the potential. 260,000 members, 12,500 clubs spread over 113 countries. Look at District 82 and we are a part of that. For the Toastmasters, before we get into the meeting, I appeal to all of you to look at the leadership track which is available in Toastmasters. It is a free training program in leadership for you. People who have accepted these roles are deriving the benefits. Why shouldn't you? After all, you are also a member of this organization. All these members from all these clubs have a similar meeting that we are having today. And all of them, for them, it's like dancing a session choreographed by the Master of Ceremonies. That's my role today, to make you all dance. For the benefit of the guests, Toastmasters International's meetings are of 3 different parts. The prepared speech session where members come prepared with their speeches. Then we have the table topic session or the impromptu speaking session where your skills of speaking on the spot are recognized, appreciated, and that's where you become a better speaker. More importantly, the third session, which is unique to Toastmasters, the session which gives you a feedback. We have our founder member, Mr. Claudius, who always used to say, breakfast for champions, feedback. In his evaluations, he would always say that, and champions need feedback. Today we are having the stars of the past. Some of them have become comets. Stars you see regularly, comets you see them once in a way, but they are here present today. In today's meeting, the first thing that started off was the evaluation. The evaluation team comprises of one of the founder members, Mr. Siraj ur Rahman, who was the second president of our club. He will be the accountant, a man who did his engineering in automobiles. Today he is a corporate trainer. Wow, what a transformation. I have seen Siraj grow from an ordinary Toastmaster who was working in a four-wheeler industry. Today he is in a different plane, and Toastmasters changed his life. He will be today's accountant. The time manager today, let's do it. The time manager of today was a past president again. Proud to say he was my mentee. For a very long time he held the record of having completed his CTM in a very, very short time. At that time, 11 months was considered to be an amazing achievement. Those days it was CTM, today it is CC. Mr. Deva Brata Datta, the time manager. There are a lot of members who come to our club, and most of them find problems in language. And the grammarian of today is one person that any club president would be willing to grab. In fact, today's general evaluator told me in the beginning of the meeting, if she is going to be the grammarian, I don't want to be the GE. That is the effect this lady has. She is called the Reverend Martin of the Bangalore Toastmasters Club, fellow Toastmasters. She is Mrs. Jayashree Iyengar. This team of evaluators is literally led by a leader. A leader who does not hesitate to say it, a leader who does not hesitate to get it done, and if it is not done, a leader who does not hesitate to do it himself. A strong-willed person who has got a very soft corner, a man who does not hesitate to voice his opinion, who come what may. He led the club at a very exciting time when the district formation was just starting, and all he would tell me is, don't tell me anything about those things, you handle it. I was very much involved in that, and there is one statement which he made to me once. He said, Bosco, wherever there are going to be a group of people, there's bound to be a lot of differences. There's bound to be a lot of rift, difference in opinion, and trouble for the leader. Your ability as a leader is to overcome all these things. That was the lesson learned. He, as the General Secretary of the All India Canara Bank Employees Association, knows better as a leader. I shudder to think if I had to sit on the other side of the table in a meeting where he would be there. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, the General Evaluator of the day, Mr. George Timothy. We have quite a few speakers.